Hey, my friends, today we're talking about Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater, and this is an absolutely wild crossover. It's just like the zaniest of fan fiction, where we got the Great Gatsby, the Time Machinist, Sherlock Holmes, and who's this big question mark of a D right here? We got Dracula himself going up against Godzilla. Not quite, the cover always lies. But what a great homage to the first issue of Fantastic Four, and just absolutely silly. On the back here, we got a advertisement for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover, which I got no interest in, but like, hey, that's pretty wild. The crossovers are just going nuts right now. This book is written and illustrated by Tom Scioli here, and he does a really good job of capturing the vibe and doing everything. I gotta say, I've been getting a bunch of cartoony, not super monsterific artwork in my Godzilla books lately, though, so I'm a little bit disappointed with this, just because, like, this is good artwork, but man, I'm just hankering for something a little bit different and actually going back and rereading some older Godzilla comics, just because I want some straight monster mayhem. And that's not what this book is about. This is a silly, goofy blending of The Great Gatsby all up with some monster action and then going wild, adding in all your favorite characters from the era. So this is great. Godzilla crashes the party, so to speak. And I love the vibe and how he gets the dialogue right on. Like, I'm totally grooving on that. And we do get a little bit of monster action, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, I guess when I'm spending this much money on a Godzilla book, I want a little bit more monster action. And yeah, I'm just still enjoy it though. This is just very much like indie vibe comic to me, you know? Still, I'll say this. More happens in this book than happened in the last two issues of that sequel to Here There Be Dragons. I'm enjoying that book, but that book is a snail's pace as far as what could be happening. This page is really fun. I love how this taps into the vibe of Godzilla being both goofy and scary. And I dug this too with the G-Force funded by Gatsby. That's pretty good. I really love the pages too where we get the coloring like this. Those stand out to me. The coloring is probably my favorite part of this book, actually, as silly as that might seem. Like, it just feels very rich. All the colors are just work so well for everything going on in it, and just giving you that very old school era vibe. But yeah, this is so fun. Like, just all the different crossovers we get here. We get Thomas Edison. We get Sherlock Holmes. Cyborg Jules Verne. I mean, this is just a page, but I love it. This is so goofy. Yeah, here we get our Dracula page, so just a little bit there, but not much. That's a pretty good page spread. It's not my favorite Godzilla. Like, the spine's going that far up onto the head, really throwing me off, making it look like he's just got some sort of mohawk or something. Usually they fade off of him by the mid-neck. But we get the Time Machinist showing up right there on the last page. Promises of interesting things to come. I have not seen issue 2 advertised at my comic shop yet, so I don't know when that's coming out. I haven't been able to, like, subscribe it. I thought this was a one-shot, but it does say issue 1 on the front in this advertisement for issue 2. I don't know if that's just like a gag. But then we just got advertisements in the back. that's the book. I had fun with it. There's some good artwork in it, a decent amount of action. Just not quite scratching the itch I'm looking for a Godzilla comic that's costing me $7. But but just as being a fun, goofy book, like if you're coming into this from the angle of all the different crossover characters coming together and ignoring it being a Godzilla focal book, I think you'll enjoy this a hell of a lot more. But very much reminded me of that book I read by, I believe it was Matt Fraction, that had. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of this book I got right here, The Five Fifths of Science. Matt Fraction, Steven Sanders. They're really good in that. This book is just absolutely silly too. I should do a review of this sometime. But it gave me the same vibe of just going wild with crossover of old school real characters on a fictional journey. But I think you'll have a fun time with this. Just don't go into it looking for super Godzilla action. Go into it for the crazy wild crossover stuff and just how silly it is. But I give it a good thumbs up. I give it a solid 7 out of 10 lawn flamingos. You're gonna have fun with it. I think it just depends on your expectation walking in, and I was looking for something a little bit different, but it's still a great flavor. And I'm gonna check out the next issue too if I see it on the shelf there. So thanks for joining me and getting my thoughts on this book, and we'll talk to you next time.